this nation is you demoralize and you break its future in the youth. You don't break us with military action. You don't break us 2008 with a financial collapse. You break us by breaking the youth. And they will never stand for their First Amendment when they're 21, 22, 25. They will never defend the Second Amendment because they will be sexually compromised. So let me tell you who's doing this. The same president of the United States that canceled an executive order that took us a decade to get Donald Trump to sign, he canceled that executive order day 2 in the office to defend and protect children in the United States. That's the same government today. That is the same government today that wants to silence you, take your First Amendment rights, jab you in the arm. And if you took the vaccine, that's your right. I'm not a hypocrite. But hell will freeze over. You make me get anything. My number one job on this planet is to tell people that you're designed and created for a purpose by the divine creator who is sovereign, who is seated on the throne, who is in charge. We come from a place of victory, not defeat. Start playing the game as if you know the end result. In a different life when I was a professional athlete, it's the coach that told me, Jaco, swing for the fences. That's the coach you want to play for. Today I want to tell you, wake up America and start swinging for the fences again. Stop playing defense. So here's my call and my cry. Women, you got to really ask yourself, are you part of the problem? And I'm serious. Are you part of the problem emasculating men? And I'm talking about a man of God as a man who defends women, who honors women, who champions women, who tells a woman, you've never had a glass ceiling. There's nothing you can't do, but I'm a man, and I'm created to hunt. Maybe you don't hunt for food today, then you hunt evil. You hunt injustice. You hunt the bad politicians. You go after every single thing that's stripping you of family and God and country. It is faith, family, and freedom, and in that order. So men, this is your moment. This is your watershed moment today. You change today or you don't. If you don't, move over. Move over. We're looking for Gideon's 300. We don't need the 10,000. Jesus went with 12 boys and discipled the world. Stop looking for the army. Do not trust your government. They do not have your best interest at heart. Understand that the fight is local. Your county commissioner, your county judge, your mayor, that's where they win the battle. Take back the local community. Jaco, how do you take all the amazing information that the doctors and the nurses have shared with you? How do you physically, I'm a practical guy. I'm the guy that says unless we put points on the board, we can't win the game. You're going to have to go put points on the board. You're going to have to do it. Not just us. You're going to have to actually go take your community back. You're going to have to make every single barbecue conversation at the end of this summer about truth and justice and liberty for all. You're going to speak to all your friends. You're going to hunt evil in the community. You're going to take your street back. Then you're going to take your county back. You're going to take the school board back. You're going to take the information that's available to you, and you're just going to show up. Show up. If there's 2 board seats at your school, may 100 of you contest for those 2 boards. You overrun them. You know why I know that works? Because when I was 7, a 14-year-old stole my lunch every single day on the bus. I was raised by a single mom. I didn't have a dad in my life. I know the value of a father. I know how this government have enticed Black American fathers to leave the home, to break the Black community. I know that it works when you remove a father, not a dad. It takes you 30 seconds and 1 orgasm to be a dad. It is hard work to be a father. And if you don't have children, then you father the kids in your community. But it's time for the men to stand up. Women, you champion the men. You call it out of them. You want a guy that loves NASCAR and football and goes and hits golf balls and smells a little gasoline. Take some testosterone. You may just fall in love again. And for the single guys here on this platform, Be dateable. Be masculine. Raise your sons up and say, son, let me show you. You go today. If you're a dad, I'm a dad. My job is to disciple the nations and defend and protect children. I'm a father. I fail miserably if my daughter at 6, 10, 12 do not know her identity, because trust me, Zuckerberg will give her an identity. They will bastardize her. They will sexualize her. They will run her through the mill. It's our job as fathers, as men in this nation, to again say, like Esther, if I die, I die, but you take nothing from me. When you see a police officer, you don't say, oh, thank you, officer. You stop. You look that guy in the eye and you tell him, I know you're a husband, you're a father. There's a human being in that uniform, and I'm with you. And make it freaking count. Make him understand he's not alone. We cannot do it without law enforcement. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to every pastor. I know you're on board, pastor, but every other pastor, and you're going to ask your pastor some critical questions. Are you talking about our rights in this church? Are you talking about pornography in this church? Are you talking about sex trafficking in this church? Are you talking about the sanctity of marriage in this church? Because if not, buddy, we're going to remove you. Because we need the truth spoken from the pulpit, from the courthouse, from the Capitol building. It's about truth. Truth, kids, truth is not absolute. Truth is absolute, it's not fluid. 2 genders, baby. 2 of them. 2 genders. Men, if you don't know, go stand in the shower and look down. It's quite easy to figure out. And if you don't recognize anything, call a buddy and say, help me out, I've lost my identity. Done, I'm done. Guys, I'm done. We are seeing children. If I can tell you the images I can show you of the things we do, all the NGOs that fight sex trafficking, there is a proactive movement in our nation to steal innocence and steal youth. And this current administration is 100% complicit. They're 100% by their actions. I'm just measuring the fruit. I'm calling balls and strikes. When you make laws to give a puberty blocker to a 3-year-old, you're part of the problem. Well, let me give you a news flash. Those are the same people that are trying to force vaccines on you. I'm not vaccinated. I challenge any doctor, bring that needle. It's going to end in your body, baby. So that bully, as I close, that bully I was talking about, my grandfather was a fire chief. I immigrated to this country 2 weeks after 9/11. I flew into New York. I walked. I saw a nation united. I was like, by God, this is the place I want to live. This is what I'm gonna immigrate to. It's possible. See, my grandpa said, Jaco, tomorrow, if you come home and you complain about a bully, I'm gonna whip you. And yes, I was raised with corporal punishment. That's a good thing. I'm from Africa. We just say TIA, baby. This is Africa. We do it a little different. He said, tomorrow morning, you hold your lunchbox in your left hand, and you get on the bench. And when that 13-year-old walks, I want you to deck him with everything you got square in the mouth. And son, you will not hurt him. You will not hurt him, but you will hurt him. You will take his pride. You will strip his dignity. You will make him fall. Listen to me today. It's time for you to go punch with your constitutional right and the law. I'm not promoting violence, but it's time for you to take what's in your hands and go punch the bully in the mouth. He is a coward. He will run for the hills. So finally, I just want to ask the men, and you don't, for crying out, you do not do this. Stop lying to yourself. This government virtue signals. They tell you people matter, and then they walk over people. They tell you you need to love all people, and then they leave Americans in Afghanistan. 100%. And yes, it is treason, doctor. Men, this is for the men. This is gut check moment for you. This is gut check moment right now. You make a decision right now. You don't get to leave. You came here. I prayed that you wouldn't come. That only those who will fight would come. So you're here by design. This is your gut check moment right now. Are you going to take this information and actually going to go do something about it or not? If you're a man today, and women, I'm going to ask men to raise their hands. If there's a guy next to you and he raises his hand right now, this is a declaration. He might as well be called up to a draft right now. You champion this guy. Maybe it's a good day for you, buddy. Maybe we grow some families tonight. If you're a guy and you feel something in your chest today, you go, this is a freaking halftime speech. We're going to win the Super Bowl. We may be down 14 points, but all I need is the ball, baby. Give me the ball and give me some teammates. Then you raise your hand right there. You raise your hand right there.